We shall assemble on the mountain. We shall assemble at the throne with humble hearts into his presence. We bring an offering of song, glory and honor and dominion unto the Lamb, unto the King. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. We sing the song of the redeemed. We shall.
Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. I'm Brandon Hathaway, the preacher at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we continue our study throughout the book of Psalms. We have made it to Psalm 119. Psalm 119. And I want to go ahead and take a minute to explain Psalm 119, how we're going to go through it. I broke it up so that we don't have to rush through it or me just choose one or two passages through the whole thing. So today we're going to start it and going through verses 1 through 24 if you're following the reading schedule. Again, this is on our website, and that's what I'm reading this from. We posted it. If you go to the calendar part in our website, you'll find this. And so you go to today's date, and it's Psalm 119, 1 through 24. And then come Monday, we'll do verses 25 through 48 as our reading schedule. And then Tuesday will be verses 49 through 80. And then verses 81 through 104 on Wednesday. On Thursday, verses 105 through 120. And then on Friday, 121 through 144. And then we come back on Monday and do verses 145 through 176. And that will get us through Psalm 119. And so we're taking basically a whole week to go through this, take our time to go through Psalm 119. It's really long. And so I broke it up in about every 25 verses or so. And of course, I tried, I believe when I did this, of course, that's the beginning of the year, or end of last year, trying to make sure that I broke it up where it's supposed to be broke off, or where the sections are kind of broke off. So today, and the verses that we're choosing from 1 through 24, I have chosen to look at verses 5 and 6 and then verse 20. So if you are following along, it reads, "Oh, that my ways were directed to keep your statutes. Then I would not be ashamed when I look into all your commandments." And so stop there with 5 and 6. He makes this point here of, if I were walking faithfully, if I had directed my ways to follow your commandments, to do as you had told me to do, then I wouldn't be ashamed when I opened up the Bible. You know, but the thing is that we do sin. We have sin in our life, especially if it's your first time really reading the Bible. If you haven't studied it before in your life and not knowing right from wrong, not knowing the commands that God has commanded us, then we open up our Bibles. And guys, there's a lot of times when you study with somebody who is not a member of the church, and you start to point out in the Bible where it says certain things that they just don't know that's in the Bible. And they are surprised to see that it is a sin. They truly are. They don't believe that it would be a sin in the Bible, because wherever they did go to church, they never preached on it, never said it was wrong, or even might have said it was okay. And so therefore, when you show these things, they're caught off guard. And that's what it's bringing out here, is that if we were in sin, then we wouldn't be ashamed when we read these things. But I believe another good point to bring out is that we are to be ashamed of our sin when we do see that we have fallen short, when we do see that we have not kept the commandments of God. And so I find it interesting as you just go, 14 more verses down to verse 20, and it says, "My soul breaks with longing for your judgment at all times." So here he says, "I'm longing for your judgment." And so it's gone from one point of, I did not know your word, and when I did, I wish I did, because then I would have followed and I wouldn't have been ashamed when I found out the truth. But once we've learned the truth and we've obeyed it and we follow it and we keep it and we love our Lord and we love his commandments, then it comes to the second part. I long for the day of judgment. I long for your judgment. All right. Not that we're necessarily ready to leave this world and leave family and friends, but at the same time, hopefully your family, that you've taught your family. We do everything we can for our family to get them right with God. Our friends are members of the church, and so we long for the day of judgment, and to the point that we all are desiring to get to heaven. We're all desiring to spend eternity with each other in heaven. And again, we know that we don't take vengeance ourselves. Vengeance is the Lord. So we let that be on the Lord. And so we long for the day of judgment. We long for his judgment at all times. And so again, because it's that faith and trust in his commands and his word. And so I believe these are some good verses to start us off with this Psalm 119 as we look through Psalm 119 for the next week. I hope that you take the time to read all these verses as we go throughout it. Broke it up so we don't have to rush through our reading schedule here. And looking forward as we continue to go through it. Again, a lot of good things that we've been pointing out as we've gone throughout Psalms. A lot of repetition, continuous restating it. And again, when we finally come back to Proverbs, it's the same way. So I hope that everybody has a good day. I hope today's Friday, so we're going to be getting into the weekend. Everybody has a good weekend. Of course, it's 4th of July weekend, Independence Day. So everybody be safe as you go out, and you might be traveling or playing around with some fireworks or whatever it is you may be doing throughout the weekend. So hope everybody's safe, and I'll talk to you later.